Hey guys, how's it going? I am going to give you some hacks, tips, little inside secrets that I almost guarantee you have never seen on YouTube before. Now, it's possible, but I looked pretty hard. I didn't see anything like this. These are little bait hacks that I have done in the past and caught a lot of fish. I know some professionals that do these. So at the end of the video, if you have seen any of these hacks, I want to know about it in the comments. Whether you've seen them on YouTube or outside of YouTube, just let me know. It's not a big deal. I'm just saying I don't think I've seen these out there before. So hopefully these will help you and be totally different than anything else anybody else out there is fishing right now. Or, well, it's February, so probably not fishing right now. Yep. This is February. Can I just say that February is my least favorite month? I'm sorry if your birthday is in February. I'm not trying to diss it, but gloomy, boring, dull, rainy. I don't like it. Okay, so hack number one, or tip number one, if you will, for baits. This is kind of old school as well, but tubes. If you take a tube, there's a lot that you can do with a tube. By the way, if you've never experimented with the tube bait, you need to start playing around with them. I'm just going to do one because there's so many, and I don't think a lot of people have talked about this one. I like to take a tube. I'm just going to show you. Okay, I like to take a tube and I'm going to fish it totally weedless, weightless. But what I'm going to do, if you just chuck this out there, it's barely going to fall. Okay? I mean, it may actually sit on top for a while. In fact, that's another hack that you can do. I'll just tell you that one. Put some foam in there. Use it as top water. But if you take this and add a Senko inside of it, not only will it will fall at an extremely awesome rate. Okay, and basically you just take this, usually you wet it, insert that sucker up in there. Now I have seen people fish it like this. What I'm doing is once that's in there, you take it and you get a better pair of scissors than these. And you cut it off right at the tail. So now you have a tube that's solid. Kind of defeats the point of a tube, right? But if you Texas rig this, if you take an EWG and put it in this sucker, you're done. You don't need a weight. You don't need anything. You just skip it out there. It skips fantastically. You can skip this under docks, and it slow falls, but it does fall a lot faster than if you didn't have anything on here. Plus, it adds a lot of weight. I mean, these things are salt dense. You can skip this really far. You can cast it really far, and it will slow fall. And seriously, smallmouth will tear these things up. Okay, this is probably a secret I should not be telling you. If you're going to take this in the creek, take this in the creek. All you have to have, set these up ahead of time, take some EWG hooks, right? That's probably too big, but 2/0, 3/0, something like that, depending on the size of the tube. I like 3.5-inch tubes. And skip these suckers in there, man. You will catch a lot of smallmouth on this bait. Okay, that's tip number one. Okay, hack number two. I really don't want to talk about this either. I know that there are a lot of professionals that have used this secret in the past to win tournaments, especially not even pros, but just guys here in Ohio. I know a lot of people have used this on the Ohio River, and it works everywhere, believe it or not. In clear water, it works in muddy water. It works fantastic in muddy water, but it does actually work in clear water also. And the industry has caught on to it, and unfortunately, there are now baits on the market. But I honestly think If you do this yourself, you use the old rattle can, it works better. And that's what I'm talking about right there. The old rattle can, flat black paint job on a square bill. Okay. If you just take a regular square bill, you take the hooks off, tape this, although I obviously did not tape that. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got some stuff on it there. A little overspray. You can see the belly's still a little bit white. But if you take one of these suckers, tape this off with that blue tape or masking tape or whatever, take the hooks off, and hang it, and then just spray paint it flat black. I mean, I'd clean it first, but I'm not even going to sand it. Just spray paint it. And like after one or two, probably before you even catch fish, some of this paint's going to come off. That's a benefit to you. I don't know why, but it's kind of like if you see these, when they make these now, they have blue or green little indents in them, little swirls, little chevrons to make it look like gills or fins or what have you. But that little bit of flash, that little bit of paint in there, whatever color paint you have underneath there coming through is awesome. You want that to happen. But even just regular flat black, the way it is right now, this catches a ton of fish. You do want to change the hooks out if you're using a cheap bait, because why would you take an expensive bait and spray paint it flat black? Obviously, you want to use an inexpensive bait. I would get cheap spray paint, cheap crankbaits, and go at it. I mean, you can tell this one's missing an eye on one side. Anyway, that's a fantastic way to catch a bunch of fish that nobody else really realizes or does. It seems kind of weird, but I promise you it works. I mean, it wins tournaments. It has, anyway. So, that is number 2. But number 3 is simple. Rattles. You can put these suckers up in tubes. You can do a lot with these, but I think, like I have, you can put this on any hook. That's not something that a lot of people do. Sure, you can put them up in the tube. Everybody does that. But my hack is to put these in everything you possibly can. Just try it. And that's why I got these right here. These tiny little suckers. You probably can't even see them, so I'm going to get one out. They're called worm weights. I'm sure you've heard of them. You probably read about them. Probably seen them on some website somewhere. Okay, so I have no idea if you can see this tiny little rattle. It has a sharp point on the other side. And it doesn't work as well with Senkos, but I'm going to use one anyway because that's what I got right here. But basically what you want to do with this is you rig your bait. Your Texas rigging, you know, if you've got a weight on the line and you're just rigging your bait normal. This is haphazard little way of doing it here. Okay, you got your bait rigged, and you want some noise in that sucker. Depending on the bait, I mean, this is obviously half a Senko. I usually go towards the tail, and I come in and I poke it in this direction. And I push it in, because they do have points on them. This is glass with some rattles inside of it, with some lead beads or BBs or whatever. And you just push it on in there. Now you can seal this up if you want to. But now it's in there. It's It's going to make some noise that deform the tail. But like I said, I usually don't put them in Senkos. I usually put them in a trick worm or some other type of worm. But that being said, all you have to do is hollow this out enough that it fits in there comfortably, right? And you're doing pretty good there. You probably, I don't know if you can hear that or not, but there is definitely a little bit of a rattle in there. And that little rattle, that little bit of noise on anything different, in fact, use them on a Senko. Try it. You know, flip or pitch this sucker. I could use this on a Ned rig. I've already cut it down too short. I could probably use this on a Ned rig. Catch a lot of fish. I hope that these help you put fish in the boat. I hope that they're a little bit different than what other people are telling you. And of course, rattles. Everybody tells you to use rattles, but I'm talking about put them on everything. I'm talking about you could glue this to a hook, right? You got now you got a hook with a rattle on it, you know. You can glue this to the inside of a spoon. You could glue one on each end on the inside of a big spoon. And when I say glue, I mean product placement right there, man. Some epoxy. And that will add fish to the boat. Anything different, anything getting you a second look, anything attracting more fish to you, making you stand out from the crowd if you throw in a bunch of bait fish, that's always important. So, like I said, I hope these tricks help you out. And tell me, let me know if you guys have already seen these and you're like, wow, we've already done that. Let me know. And if you like these tricks, if you like this information, please let me know that as well, and I will do more of these videos. So those are my three. My last one I'm going to save for another video, and more than happy to pass on all the wisdom that I've learned in 40-some years of bass fishing. Guys, please click the like button. Please subscribe. I really need some subscribers here, and I will keep doing this for you. And just let me know what kind of information you want to know down in the bottom. Thank you, and have a good day.